Podcasting from the Chicagoland area, this is Game On with Jackson Stewart, where we discuss men's lifestyle, focusing on sex, fitness, relationships, business, and more. We'll be interviewing the best of the best, the hotshots, and the rising stars in the worlds of modeling, fitness, cooking, and more. Influencers who are discussing keeping it sexy while at the top of their game. I'm your host, Jackson Stewart. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the game.
This is Dale Valor.
This is Pamela Ross.
This is Trinasia.
And you're listening
to
Game On with Jackson Stewart.
Game On with Jackson Stewart.
Game On with Jackson Stewart. Killing them!
Follow Game On with Jackson Stewart on YouTube at Game On with Jack, on the official blog www.gameonwithjack.blog, and at the news store www.gameonwithjack.shop. Keep it sexy and game on.
Good people, sexy people, welcome to another edition of Game On with Jackson Stewart. I'm your host, Jackson Stewart, and as always, I really appreciate you guys taking time to swing by, catch the podcast, and level up your game. Tonight's topic, the 5 ways that being alone makes you better. You know, we're often taught and lectured about the ills of being alone, and there's a huge social stigma about being alone, and there are some negative aspects for sure, and side effects of being by yourself too long, but there are some benefits too, and we're going to be talking about 5 of those tonight, and actually there's more than 5, but tonight we're just going to cover 5. I do want to point out to you guys, don't sleep on Game On with Jackson Stewart on social media. Check me out on YouTube, patreon.com, the blog, gameonwithjack.blog, Twitter, or X, whatever the hell it's called now, at Game On with Jack, and make sure you swing by the player shop, gameonwithjack.shop. So, let's just jump right into it. You know, welcome once again. This is the podcast where we level up life, and you know, we want to explore the best strategies for self-improvement. And tonight's episode is all about embracing solitude, and that's something that we're not told to do or even taught how to do, and how solitude is a benefit for men and can help them utilize this alone time to become their best selves. You know, there's nothing wrong with being alone. There's nothing wrong with having just a night at home by yourself, or shopping by yourself, or eating by yourself. You know, if you can master going out to eat by yourself, there's nothing you can't do. And it might sound very simple, but it's extremely true. So many people have this feeling that, you know, everybody's looking at me, I'm a loser, you know, I'm a creep or whatever. No, like, very few people give a damn that you're eating by yourself. I tested this theory out. I was at lunch once, and I was at dinner once, and I asked the waitress, I said, hey, real quick, odd question, but do I look like a creeper sitting here eating by myself? And she goes, no. She's like, you look like a guy who's either on lunch from work, or, you know, maybe is traveling, or just, you know, decided to grab a quick bite. So you don't look anything like what you're afraid of, guys. And, you know, most places, if you're going to be out by yourself, you can eat at the bar, or you can grab a drink and stare at the TV screen, watch the game, watch the fight, whatever. But the reason why I bring this up is these are examples of how you can ease into the idea and ease into the comfortability of being alone. And if you can master being alone out in public, well, being alone at home is a perfect area for you to use to grow. Okay, so let's dive into this topic. I'm excited about it because it's kind of it's not a topic a lot of people discuss. We're kind of taught, like, don't be alone, or, you know, you look weird being out there. And being alone doesn't have to be lonely or unproductive. It can be powerful. It can be a huge opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. And so we're going to talk the top 5 ways that men can use their alone time to better themselves. And, you know, maybe you're single, maybe you're taking a break from your family, maybe you're taking a break from a social event, you're going from one party to another, or you just want some you time. And, being alone can help everybody recharge their batteries. And being alone can be, it can be so time efficient. Like, you're just dealing with your agenda. You go in the store, you're just looking for your stuff. It's empowering to be alone. And with these 5 strategies, not only can you benefit from being alone, but the challenge may be that you may just start to crave being alone for certain things, and you may have to open yourself up to include other people. So first up, being alone can grant you time for self-reflection and mindfulness. So first up, take time to reflect on your thoughts, your emotions, and your life goals. You're by yourself. You've disconnected from distractions, and you can focus on that self-awareness. Nobody's talking to you. Nobody's pulling on your attention. Nobody has requests of you. You are by yourself in that moment. And you can use mindfulness techniques to stay present in the moment and explore your inner thoughts. Breathing practices, breathing in for so many seconds, breathing out for so many seconds. Meditation, yoga, all kinds of methods of mindfulness techniques, okay? In this self-reflective moment, ask yourself important questions like, what makes you happy? What areas of your life do you feel need improvement? What areas of your life are you crushing it in? And you can use those examples to kind of like, build up a bridge of success, build a foundation of achievement so you don't feel so overwhelmed or so, above your station with your goals. Also, in this moment of self-reflection and mindfulness, set intentions and visualize the person you want to be. Right? So take this moment as a building moment. Time to kind of step back and analyze who you are and where you want to be and what you want once you become that person. Remember, guys, if you want self-improvement, the key to that is self-discovery. And for most people, they don't like being alone because they don't like who they are. Being alone helps you get comfortable with who you are. And once again, once you're comfortable, there's nothing you can't achieve, right? So strategy or tip number 1, use solitude for self-reflection and mindfulness. So second step, pursue passion projects. Oh man, such a perfect time because nobody else is trying to get you to do something. Nobody else needs you to fix this or take this out or put this down or lift this up. Nobody's telling you what to do but you. All right. So you've got this free time to pursue projects. And it could be learning a new instrument. It could be working on artistic skills. It could be starting a side hustle. We're all about the hustle here at Game On. Or it could be, sitting up and learning, watching the 5th video in a playlist of learning how to do something on YouTube. This is the perfect time to dive into your hobbies and interests because you are alone. And that's a good thing. Like, wrap yourself around that creativity that you've been putting on the back burner because you're taking care of everybody else and what they need. And, push yourself to try something new. You'd be surprised. I mean, the pandemic was clearly, it was sad and tragic because of the loss of life. It was tough because of the sudden social restrictions that we had to endure. But it was a great time for people to really step back in that solitude and figure out what they want and what they're doing. I know a lot of people who learn new things. I learned the guitar. I self-taught myself how to play. I'm not opening up any concerts soon, but I can play guitar now. It's something I always wanted to do. And I took the opportunity to learn how to play. And it was through watching videos and reading and stuff. So, like I said, embrace that creativity. Push yourself to learn something new, something you've been putting off forever. And who knows, this may be that new kick in the pants you've been looking for to put a smile on your face, to get you out of bed faster, to renew who you are and reinvigorate you as a man leveling up. All right. So pursue passion projects. Number 3, physical fitness and health. Yes, you've got alone time, fellas. And, what are you going to do with it? Well, you can be sitting on the couch inhaling a quart of ice cream or a gallon of ice cream, but that's not a good thing. Just because you're alone doesn't mean you have to neglect your health. Excuse me. I know some of us, we need accountability partners. We need to see other people in the gym working out. We need to see other people running on the trail to motivate us. But just because you're alone doesn't give you an excuse to drop the ball on that. As a matter of fact, being alone is a perfect time to focus on your well-being. Okay, so take that time to create new exercise routines. Do some research. Look things up. Come up with new exercises that you can do at home. Maybe you can figure out things that you do at the gym that you're like, what? I never thought about the fact I can do this at home, and really add another day or 2 days to your workout routine. And maybe these routines you're looking up, you're going to hit the gym for, or you're looking at new ways of running, or you're going to try out yoga at home. And when I say, I shouldn't just make it sound like you're sitting at home. You can be alone out and about, and you're going to run a different trail. Obviously be safe about it. Or you're going to go to the gym by yourself. You're going to try out a new gym or a new workout program at the gym by yourself. Physical fitness, whatever it is key to your overall well-being. If your body is in pain, if your body is diseased, if you can't feel good, it's going to be very hard to level up any other layer of your game. All right. So pay attention to your diet, watch what you eat. Don't sit around because you're by yourself and nobody's looking. You're going to eat a bunch of shit and wreck your body from the inside. Get enough rest. I find that when I skip sleep, there's usually other people involved. Maybe I'm out on the town. Maybe I'm at a party. Maybe I'm at dinner. Maybe I'm involved in something with other people. But when I'm by myself, my body says, "Hey, Jack, go the fuck to sleep," and I drift off, and it happens. So get enough rest, and just generally prioritize your self-care. Even if it's like going for a walk by yourself in the morning, going for a walk by yourself at sundown, whatever it is. Don't let being alone be a reason why you stop taking care of yourself, right? If anything, being alone should help you enhance your physical fitness and health. So taking care of yourself is the first step and a giant step towards a better version of you. Number 4, we're talking about being alone, being in solitude, and 4 ways which you can use that time to be a better you. And number 4 is expanding your knowledge, right? So with solitude comes the opportunity to expand your mind because there's nobody around. There's no distractions. Not unless you're looking for them. You can always pull up TikTok for 6 hours, and there's a place for TikTok, but when you're by yourself, any distractions, you're seeking them out. They're not in your face because it's the family or obligations or work or whatever. So take this time to mentally grow. Read books, listen to podcasts, especially like this one. Take online courses to deepen your understanding of various subjects. Like, there's no reason that you're not using this time to expand your knowledge other than the fact that you don't want to. So knock that off. Take the opportunity to grow your brain. Knowledge is power. It's that old saying, and it's damn true. And the more you know, the more confident and capable you become. Plus, if you keep expanding your knowledge, you don't age. You guys might say I'm crazy, but shit. Think about this. There are some old cats that guys at work, guys in your family who just have a zest for life. They never run out of topics that they can connect with. They are personable, they're energetic, but they might be like 3 times your age. It's because they never stopped learning. They never stopped finding interest in things. They never stopped getting new hobbies. They never stopped reading about stuff. And sometimes you expand your knowledge about people, so knowledge is power, but it's also longevity. Okay. So use this time to invest in yourself. And remember that learning never stops. I said it before. I'll say it again. Pablo Picasso says, you don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing. Instead of playing, I'm going to say learning. All right. So keep that up. And, last but not least, strength connections. I'm sorry, strength and connections. I can't read sometimes. While being alone is key for personal growth, it's also important that you nurture meaningful connections. That, we are social creatures and we all have relationships that are important to us. So use this alone time to build those relationships up. Reconnect with family and friends. Make new connections in social settings. Now you're going to say, well, Jackson, you were just talking about I'm alone. How am I supposed to do this? Well, you can text people. You can pick up a phone. You can send out emails. Maybe you're alone at a social event. It could be, a happy hour, cocktail hour. It could be a work event. And you go by yourself. Well, okay, maybe you walk over to somebody and just say hi and just start up a conversation. Jack, I don't know how to start up a conversation. Well, yes, you do, because you just went back to expanding your knowledge and you learned about starting up a conversation. And before that, you found a passion project that made starting a conversation a hobby of yours. So there's no excuse for you to say you can't do something. There's far too many resources and abilities on tap out there for you to stop it and learn a little bit. And that's key, all right? So you could join clubs or organizations that align with your interests. You can attend networking events, and you can seek out opportunities to engage with like-minded individuals. But that all starts with you being alone, you asking yourself, well, what do I want to do? I'd like to get out there and meet more people. I'd like to join a horse riding club. I'd like to go to a calligraphy class. So, and then while you're alone, you look it up. While you're alone, you sign up for it. So you found these things while you were alone, but they will take you into a social setting, but that's okay. Building a strong rapport, building a strong support system can enhance your personal life, your professional life, and keep you alive and healthier longer. When we have connections with people, and I know we're talking about, alone time, but alone time doesn't mean that you are isolated from, people every other day of the week. It just means you've got time where you're alone, and how you're going to use it for what's best for you. Well, sometimes while you're alone, you can plan on time that you're going to be with people. So these connections really do extend our life. And so if you look at all these steps while you're alone, self-reflection, pursuing projects, physical fitness, expanding your knowledge, and strengthening your connections, all these things together make you live longer and make you live better, because they are pushing you outward. And in that pushing outward, you're anchored at the core of who you are. But the more you extend yourself, you're growing. And it's very hard to kill something that keeps growing. So you want that, because that is the key to immortality. That is longevity right there. Constant growth. And that it's different from spreading yourself thin. Spreading yourself thin there's a lot of anxiety. There's only so many resources, and you're already blowing past those. With growth, you don't run out of anything. Why? Because one, you're choosing what you're growing towards and what you're growing with. B, you're excited about the growth. And then, and lastly, you control the growth. You're like, I'm tired today. I'm not reading a book. That's cool. When you stretch yourself too thin, you almost don't have any control, because you've agreed to do things that you probably couldn't have done in the first place. It's number 18 on a list of things that, you only had enough for 10. So definitely, keep those connections strong and grow. And it sounds kind of like an oxymoron. While you're alone, you're going to grow towards being more social. No. But while you're alone, use the time wisely. Just don't sit there and go, I'm going to watch TV and fall asleep. I mean, there's a place for that, right? Because that falls under self-care. Not all self-care while you're alone has to be you going out there and, slaying dragons and kicking ass. Sometimes you got to do nothing. But when you choose to do nothing, you're actually doing something. It's called recovery. So there you guys have it. I know it's kind of a shorter show today, but no big deal. Don't worry. Those are the top 5 ways that men can use being alone to better themselves. Remember, embracing solitude is an opportunity for growth, self-discovery, and a chance to level up in the game. And a little housekeeping. I want to remind you guys, check me out on YouTube, X, which used to be Twitter, Patreon, the blog, GameOnWithJack.blog, and Twitter, and the shop, GameOnWithJack.shop. I'll leave you guys with this quote real quick from Lawrence Stern: "In solitude, the mind gains strength and learns to lean upon itself." So, the other thing I love about being alone is it's better to be alone than in bad company. So guys, don't worry about being alone, and go out and eat by yourself. And if it feels like too much, go eat around 11 or 12 by yourself. Most places think you're on lunch and you just came in for a quick bite. Do that a couple times, get used to it. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody even cares. You're sitting there by yourself, and branch out to maybe grabbing a drink by yourself. And then next thing you know, grab dinner by yourself. Go to see a movie by yourself. Nobody's judging you. Everybody's looking forward. Nobody's looking side to side. If you want to feel less suspicious, go see a matinee film. A lot of people go see that because they're off work, or, they had a sudden day off and they didn't plan a big outing about it, or a date or something. So do these things to get comfortable with being by yourself. Guys, thanks for joining me tonight on Game On with Jack. I'm sorry. Thanks for joining me tonight on Game On with Jackson Stewart. Definitely check me on social media. Hope you guys found these strategies helpful and make the most of your alone time. Also, don't forget to sign up for the new Game On with Jackson Stewart email list and receive the free 15 Confidence Commandments. You get that on gameonwithjack.aweb.page. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast for more insightful episodes. And don't forget to leave a review if you enjoyed the show. Until next time, fellas, keep it sexy. Game on.